They're in studio. She is still ours. I don't care what anybody says. We got to know her at this point.
The winner of Miss South Africa 2017 is Demi-Leigh.
We got to know her then, and then she went overseas, and then this happened.
The new Miss Universe is South Africa.
Oh, what a time.
Oh, man.
And then she had her reign there, and it was wonderful, and she came back to see us a couple times, and we had her in studio, and then the one day I sent Demi a message, and I said, Demi,
Oh, no.
the news is breaking in South Africa about who your boyfriend is. As a professional courtesy, I just want to forewarn you, I am going to mention it. Because this is very, very exciting. It was not just Joe Blogs from the United States.
Not Joe Bloggs.
It was one of the greatest quarterbacks. You got the jock. You got
Yes, I
the
did.
jock.
Listen,
Bit of a fairy tale.
and I still don't understand a little bit of football.
She really
No,
doesn't.
it's you guys.
And that
Go
jock,
Gorka.
that jock was Tim Tebow. It's Tebow time. Please
Thanks for having
welcome
us, you guys.
the lovely, beautifully loved up, wedded couple that is Demi-Leigh, Nell Peters, Tebow, and Tim Tebow.
That's awesome. You pronounce his name so good, Darren.
It is. Yeah, it's great.
When I first met, well, long story how we met, but when I first met, I was like, who's this Tim Tebow guy? And most South Africans would pronounce, oh, Tim Tebow. So now I'm Demi Tebow. But it's okay.
How did you meet? I'd actually like to know that.
Well, I lived in New York at the time during my time as Miss Universe, and so did a lot of American media. Spoke about South Africa, and people asked me about my little sister Franja, who actually passed away in 2019, and she was born with severe special needs. And the Tim Tebow Foundation actually works very, very closely with people with special needs, and it's a really big heart of Tim's and obviously mine. And one of the reasons that we're actually here
tonight
in South Africa, is a worldwide prom for people with special needs. You tell it so well.
That takes place tonight in about 40 countries around the world. People with special needs will be being celebrated and being crowned kings and queens around the world, about 100,000 of them.
Wow.
And with about 200,000 volunteers in 40 countries around the world, and it's my favorite night of the year, and we get to celebrate it here.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
Yeah, right here, we have a church in Meisenberg.
Daar kom je Afrikaans.
Luister. I just have to talk enough that he understands
Yeah.
pronunciation.
And you two are the perfect prom queen and prom king. You know that. I mean, we've seen a lot of these coming of age American movies, and it's always the hottest girl in the school and the
Well, that's
quarterback.
definitely Demi.
And then the quarterback, and they get picked as prom king and queen.
Yeah, but you know what's cool about our story and our relationship is it had almost nothing to do with any of that.
Yeah.
The first time, I invited her sister to be a part of the first ever Night to Shine in South Africa.
On. He invited my sister to prom, not me, my sister.
I gotta be honest, I had a little bit of ulterior motive though, okay? You know?
I was like, send me an email with all the details, and at the bottom he just left his number. I was like, okay.
I see you.
I mean, come on, guys, let's be honest.
And our first phone call was 2 hours, 24 minutes, and 6 seconds. I was like,
With this Tim Tebow guy.
Tim Tebow guy.
But what was awesome, honestly, it's going to sound crazy, but it was awesome. She had no idea anything that I've been blessed to be a part of in sports.
Yeah.
And so
No
she
idea.
literally just knew me. She was like, oh, that's the Night to Shine guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I knew of Night to Shine because of my sister, but I had literally never heard of Tim Tebow.
And so we talked for a long time, and that night and the next few nights, and we still had never met in person. and she was getting ready to go on a 7-week, 7-country tour. And I was like, dang, like, you know, the Prince of Wales or somebody is going to sweep her off her feet. You know, I was like, we got to go, you know, and so we worked really hard to figure out, because I was playing professional baseball at the time after a game where we could meet, and so I had some of my friends, actually some board members of the foundation, fly in, meet her, so it wasn't just, you know, she would feel comfortable being around people, and we got together, and honestly, that first night, I knew we were going to get married.
He actually,
But it is like that.
it was so sweet.
Demi, can you say the same?
100%. We literally we had dinner together, and afterwards he went back to baseball camp and stuff, and or whatever. Yes, that place. Whatever you. Yes, sorry. I love you.
But what was awesome is
No, wait. I want to say this,
ahead,
and
yeah.
then he told me I think I just had my last first date.
Oh, you got the win.
What a lie!
but what was cool is she would say, okay, you know, she got back in the country, can I come to games or support you or watch you play? And I'm like, no, I don't think so.
Well,
Just,
hang on.
you're
like,
so busy. I don't want you.
literally, I would like from New York, like travel to, like take the train somewhere close by that he'd be playing, and I'd just be sitting around waiting like for the game to finish. She's like, no, it's really boring. You don't, baseball's boring. You don't need to come watch. It's fine. Like, you know, like we'll just grab dinner after or whatever. Okay, go on.
But it was really just because it was so special just getting to know her, where the media wasn't such a big part of it. And this
he was
probably
really
lasted,
just trying to protect me and like
because
us
you
to
know
get
she's
to know
at a
each
game, then
other.
it's, when the media finds out, now you don't get to do anything. You don't actually get to build a relationship that's based on what we want to base it on, which is
which I just had no idea. Like I just had no idea of.
and
just
so
that whole
she
world.
comes to me one day and she was like, Timmy, I want you to know I love you so much and I'm so proud of you, and if you don't want me to come to the games because you suck, I'll still love you.
You guys, I was like, is he on the bench? Is he like the water boy?
I got a bench warmer here.
That's a true story.
Now I'm so embarrassed.
But you know what? I mean, as you say, when she was going to go on that world tour, South African women are in demand. I mean, you talk about the Prince of Wales. Prince Harry, what was his designation at the time? He had a couple South African girlfriends.
Yeah,
He could have married a South African girl.
I couldn't risk it,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah,
You
no,
needed
you
a
can't.
plan. You needed a plan. How long were you able to keep things kind of, you know, just with you guys and?
4 months.
It's probably like
3 months.
yeah, like probably like 4 or 5 months. I don't know.
I don't know. It's hard to remember.
Couple
Something like
months,
several
yeah.
months though.
Yeah, it's like
And-
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, you know, just with the hoodie in the streets of New York,
Yeah.
going to dinner.
And now, Demi, how are you finding readjusting to the United States? Because we were expecting after your reign, you were going to come back here and you were going to do something, whatever that might be. And when, well, we mentioned that, you know, I mean, Cape Town, there were guys that had reserved their seats for you. They had a big plan for when Demi-Leigh arrived back. I'm going to slide into her DMs this way.
Well, Tim might not be from Cape Town, but he loves Cape Town.
I love
don't want
it.
to speak for you, but
Absolutely
we
love
got
it.
married. We loved it so much. We got married here.
Yeah,
So.
we've been fortunate. I was born in the Philippines, lived there. My parents are missionaries. We traveled all over the world, so I've seen a lot of countries. And she's, as Miss Universe, traveled all over the world. And it's pretty cool because, you know, for both of us, Cape Town is one of our favorite cities in the world.
Yeah.
And it's just a really special place. And that's why we also wanted to get married here.
Yeah, for sure. But no, adjusting to the US has obviously been, you know, it's been hard. We got married 3 weeks later, COVID hit, lockdown, everything. I haven't been able to be, to come back to South Africa in that time just because of, you know, the strict lockdowns, etc. And got to come back in October for the first time, which was, you know, close to 2 years of not being able to be home. And but listen, I found Peter about 45 minutes away from us, and he has amazing devote and biltong.
Yeah.
So
Do you like that stuff, Tim?
Oh my gosh, it's
No.
probably my favorite food in the world.
will
You have no
bankrupt
idea
us
how much I already
because-
ate yesterday of it.
no,
Really?
I,
Oh,
like
love it.
he will eat like a kilogram straight
it.
up devote and biltong.
Love it.
Yeah.
Because you're on the keto diet,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love it. It's
So that's
perfect.
perfect, yeah.
Perfect, and it's so good.
But we also throw a little bit of. We decorate it as well? Some places. Do you just have it plain, or a little bit of spice, a
No,
little
no,
bit
no.
of Worcester
Don't
sauce.
listen. When Peter is doing his best, Darren, please don't complicate it here now.
Yeah, but
So-
usually whichever one she picks out, I love, and it's amazing.
So you do like my mom actually gave you the pepper
Yeah, it
devote,
was good
and that
too.
was really good.
That was really good.
We like that.
I did.
But I think just we like original. Yeah.
Yeah.
Demi, I got a question here from my wife.
Okay.
How many carats is the ring?
I love how you blaming your wife.
Look at this.
My wife wants to know.
Meanwhile, directly from Darren.
When we saw the picture of that rock coming through on social media after the engagement, we were like, I mean, you look on TV huge. Huge. And in person, you're a real, you're big, you're buff, but you're a normal, we're expecting a giant, right? That ring in the huisgenoot looked like Table Mountain. So, is it optical illusion? What is it, Tim? How long did you save for this ring?
My whole life.
And I believe that.
Yeah, literally my whole life. Well, I think, you know, for me, it's not just about a ring. It's a story that goes with it. And it's the meaning
put in
that,
so much
that gets
effort.
yeah, I
It's
know. It was
so
like 6
sweet.
months of just straight lies. You
Oh,
know?
yeah.
Like any good
Literally.
proposal, it's led up with a lot of lies. And so I probably had 50 people that were in on the lie,
Yes.
doing everything to trick her. To, you know, we were even driving on the way to the proposal. We were driving a brand new truck that I lied and said we were going to give to my dad to throw her off. So
Because
many
I
things.
knew that he loves his dad so much, and if this is going to be his dad's day, it's going to be all about his dad. If it's going to be our day, it's going to be all about, you know. So
And I'm doing everything to throw her off. You know, it's just because I want the ring to not just be something that is on her finger that looks nice, but I want her to be able to be proud of the story that she gets to tell. And so,
a really sweet part of it is that it is from Southern Africa.
yes, it is.
All the good
so-
diamonds are.
I know, but we had to work really hard to find that, and then find a very ethical place that did that, and then also.
Well, then he heard
I
of something
heard-
called internally flawless.
And so also then in my proposal, I had to, you know, I wanted to tell a story that I think this diamond is internally flawless because, you know, that's what you are to me. And so it's just the stories that goes with it. And then tying that into Matthew Mole, who we flew across
You
the pond.
literally flew him across the world.
Oh, yeah. And he was awesome. So
He
and
could
then
not have been.
He was
any
awesome.
greater.
And then her family and her best friends and everybody was there to surprise her.
So
and-
we're like listening to the wedding song by Matthew Mole, which we both love. And you know, like when you're dating, you like send each other songs, and we had a whole little Apple music playlist. And anyway, so Matthew Mole was one of those. The wedding song was one of those. And so after he proposed, he starts playing
On my
Matthew Mole's
phone.
song just on his phone, and he's like holding me so tight I can't even like turn my head. And the next moment, Matthew Mole comes and like where the song
walks from behind the
walks
arch.
from behind, yeah, and like
Nice.
just
Come
picks
on.
up.
Scene.
I know. It
Come
was
on.
Oh, yeah.
so sweet.
You married the jock with the heart of a poet.
Yeah.
That's what you
literally-
have.
I did. I literally did.
And so all she said to me was, when you propose, I want to be dressed up and I want my nails to be done.
Well, I didn't say dress up. I just said, just please make sure my nails are done.
Very important.
It is.
Come on, ladies,
Part,
you know.
part of the lie
You
was
know.
my sisters and sisters-in-law were gonna
We
say,
had
hey,
like
we
a
got a
girls'
fancy
day.
Christmas dinner, and so
Yes.
they're girls' day, and so like, oh no, we always do this. No, we don't. You know? It's just so her nails would be done.
Yeah, and I said, and just have a photographer or someone
Yeah,
like
so
to
we
capture
had
a
we
photo.
had secret hidden cameras and mics all over the place.
goodness.
So the whole thing was captured, and I think the one thing afterwards, because of the mics, all our families were inside the house.
And they
and so
could
they
hear,
could hear the whole
like
thing.
they listen to every. I actually have a video of them listening, and it's so sweet.
It's really sweet.
So,
They're
so
all
sweet.
bawling.
Yeah, and so
really
then
cool.
he's holding me, and Matthew Mole's singing, and then the next moment he turns me around, and all for my parents are right there. I mean, like,
You
He thought of
really,
everything.
you are like Romeo on another level. Do you know that?
With a better ending.
Well, I think when you know you're doing something only one time in your life and it matters so much, let's do it right.
you're gonna be telling that story for a really long time.
And there's some guy now who's planned his Valentine's Day proposal, and it was a ring and he's going to propose at the drive-through at McDonald's. And he's hearing all of this going, I got to switch gears, my man. Tim, have you tuned your ear to the Afrikaans accent yet? Because your parents are Afrikaans.
Ons is allemaal Afrikaans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baie Afrikaans.
Some of it. Buy a donkey.
What
Not all
can you
of it.
sell? What can you say in Afrikaans besides buy a donkey? Tim?
Liefio.
Ja, ook.
Liefio ook.
Ja.
Buy a coat.
Ja.
Lekker. Goeiedag.
He's got the down. At
No,
first,
I don't. I was like, what are you saying?
you guys.
I was so nervous at first. And she's talking to her mom, and I'm like, she gets off the phone, and I was like, what's wrong? Like, why are y'all yelling at each other? And she's
everything
like,
okay?
nothing. It's just, I just said good morning.
Yeah,
Have you got
he was
something-
seriously concerned. I'm like, we're just catching up. Like, what do you mean? What's wrong?
Just Afrikaans passion.
I
Yes.
was like, what?
I was
Are
trying
you
to
choking
teach him.
on something?
I
Are you
know.
choking?
I was trying to teach him how to say and I'm like, no, hang on, don't spit on me now. So he knows the most important things. Yeah.
We got Anthea from Wynberg. Good morning, Anthea.
Good morning, Darren.
Hello, Anthea.
Hi, Anthea.
Hi. Hi.
What do you want to say, Anthea?
Your story, it just touched me now. While I was on my way to work, I was literally in tears, and I just had to recover now because I just got at work. Yeah, it's a beautiful story. Yeah,
Oh, that's so
can make even a movie of that.
You're such a great advert for South Africa.
I
When you
love
watch
South Africa.
when you watch CNN, you see the worst of South. It's always the worst news, that people get, and it's a great advert for us.
Guys, you would be so proud of her, though. She brags on South Africa all the time. I mean, literally everywhere we go, countries all over the world, and she just says, "Oh, you just gotta go. You'll love it. The food, the wine, the people,
No,
the smiles,
actually, so
all of it."
with
This-
our wedding, we had like close to 300 guests, right?
Yes.
And probably half of them were Americans, and so by the fifth call I got, like, where should we go? I'm like, okay, hang on. I'm going to be 150 people's planner.
Tour guide.
Guide. So I went and I worked with a travel guide and we set up links and a whole document. I was like, here you go. Here's the people, go book at these places. Go. So now I have that document, and every time someone asks, I'm like a list of like
But you know what?
things to
For
do.
almost every single one of them, true story, almost every single one of them said it's our favorite trip we've ever gone our entire
Yes.
life.
And
Yeah.
like
They love it.
so many of them have sent their families
Yes.
to come and visit, go on safaris, and we actually have a great group of American friends with us right now that will help us celebrate tonight, Night to Shine, so we're so excited.
I mean, Tim, your former consul general for the United States consulate here, she was deployed here. She came here. Her tenure was up, and she said, "Yeah, I'm staying."
I'm
Yeah.
And she
staying.
bought a house here, and she's living here now.
I know, because it's amazing.
Good morning, Virginia.
Hi, Virginia. Because it's amazing. This place is truly amazing, and I honestly, I think real love and passion is contagious, and I think Demi's love and passion for South Africa has been contagious to me, and has really helped me fall in love with it really fast as well. That I just couldn't wait to see the next place, whether it was going to Sagefield or Potchefstroom or all the different places that I've gotten to see of South Africa. It's been incredible.
Yeah.
Wow,
And
that's
you know,
lovely.
every single person that has been here or that attended our wedding, yes, Cape Town is beautiful. South Africa is so naturally beautiful. But the one thing that always sits with them is how amazing the people are
Yeah.
and how
Yeah.
friendly and warm and welcoming South Africans are. And I think that's something that's so special about our nation.
Now, Tim, I need you to put your ears across this. You like Matthew Mole from South Africa,
Yes.
right? Now, you've got to hear this. This is a song called Boere Pompie.
My
Like farmer.
Well, there's a literal and a figurative translation here.
Die liggies is te veel. Maar is lekker. Die geraas maakt my mal. Is lekker.
Oh, I love it. What do you think?
I didn't know he could socky like that.
I am very impressed.
I'm very impressed too. I'm like, why have I not known this?
So what's the meaning?
A Boere Pompie is actually a concertina.
Like the
It's
that's
I don't know.
Trekklavier.
yeah the
Yeah, that'll help. You'll understand it now, Sherlin. Yeah,
piano thing, but it's that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
yeah, like your hillbillies use it. Yeah.
What do you call it? I don't know the name in English.
Yeah.
But you know what?
I know exactly what you're. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a
Concertina.
great tune, good rhythm.
No, it's great. So you love the Boerenmeisie, you love a Boere music, you love the Boerewors. We've adopted you, Tim.
Yes, let's go.
We've adopted you. So now let's talk about the one final thing that you need to behold before you can get your South African passport.
Yes.
It's a great passport, by the way. Can get you into 12 countries visa-free.
So I've experienced.
That's true story.
That's true story.
And it is rugby. How much, being an NFL quarterback star, we always have this comparison with NFL, where we go, our rugby players will say, look at all the padding they have. They're a bunch of sissies. They've got to have all that padding. We go out and we scrum and we ruck and we maul and we get beaten up and bloodied without any pads for 80 minutes. Look at those Americans. That's the impression a lot of diehard rugby fans have.
Well, to be honest, I think rugby players are super tough, and I think it's a little bit of a different style. I think there are more bruises, cuts, scrapes, lacerations in rugby. I think in football it's probably the collisions, some of the ones in open field, because people are you have more kind of time in open field. So I think some of the collisions are really hard, but I think there's more collisions in rugby that are, kind of going to cut you up. And so I think it does take a special kind of toughness to do it with no pads and kind of learn the form. But I also think it's something that is so ingrained in you from when you start playing at 4, 5, 6, So
I'm just
it's really
thankful for the helmets because just glad you don't have a cool wear.
I don't know what that means, but
It's a cauliflower ear. Like the MMA
oh yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I've actually
cool.
I've actually started to become a rugby fan through Demi, and actually years ago I got a couple offers to play rugby. They're like, we know you've never played, but
Maybe we would have met earlier,
Yeah.
I'm
And
like, thanks.
Because we sent one of our guys over, one of the South African greats. He went and had a trial to be a kicker for the Dallas Cowboys, Nas Botha.
yeah.
Yeah.
There was one Australian that came over played with me for a little bit in the Jets. That was a rugby player. It's just there's so many. Yes, you're running, tackling, catching, all of that, but the intricacies of the game, like I'll watch it with her when the Springboks are playing, and she loves it. She'll get about 4 a.m. to watch, and I'm still like,
With the
especially the
World Cup, I was
15s.
up
I
every
don't
morning.
understand all the intricacies of the 50s. The 7s, I can
know.
understand a little bit more because
But
it's a little bit more open field.
Yeah.
But understanding the scrum and when you have to set it down and the other team gets it and back and forth.
Well,
and
it's just the other way around. So, I'm like, Tim, why are they not doing anything? Why are they standing around? He's like, babe, it's
like-
TV time. I'm like, we ons hardloop rugby scene.
But let me tell you, even some of the top refs in World Rugby, they still don't even know all the rules. This is a big debate. There's so many rules
Yeah.
in rugby. It's like the thickest rule book of any sport. But Demi, you were saying about the koolure.
Cool with it.
Koolure. So this
Like
is
the cauliflower.
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
cauliflower. Yes, as I say, with the
MMA,
UFC.
yeah.
For me, that's it's a rule. If you see somebody that's getting a bit heavy with you, and that's the first thing I look for.
you walk away.
Is the ears. Do they have those ears? If they do, walk away. Because for me, that is like
They've seen things.
that is like an ADT sign for your face. This guy knows how to handle himself. He's got a little bit of experience. Do you know, though, Tim, that I taught after Demi's very, very traumatic experience of being hijacked in Joburg. The very next day, I had on my show in Joburg.
Yes, that's where
the
we
show you
actually
started to talk
raised
about it.
money for Stetchfield
Yeah.
and Nyland that was burning to the ground that
Yeah.
same night. I don't even know if I told you this, Darren, but so I got in the car, I drove up Jan Smith Avenue, on the phone with my mom just before I got in the car. I said, Mom, I'm going to this event. The whole Stetchfield Nyland was on fire at that time. And I said, I'll call you back. I'm just going to go to this event. I have my phone. So I get hijacked and at the same time the cell service signals burns down. My mom hears I got tired, I can't get hold of her. I mean, just chaos. But yeah, that was so the very next morning I was speaking with him.
Yeah.
And I taught her the rear naked choke as a self-defense mechanism. Now, I don't even think you'll be able to get your arms around Tim's neck.
I'm rather not going to try.
But you know what I'm really proud of Demi, though, for one of the many things that I'm proud of her for is that she used a really traumatic experience in her life as a testimony to a lot of other girls. And now we have the opportunity to work together to fight trafficking in many countries around the world. We just opened a campus in Uganda for girls that have been trafficked. We're, opening safe homes in the U.S. and all around the world and helping to rescue girls and love girls. And she gets the chance to sit on a lot of those boards and help create ideas and help support and encourage these girls. And she just 2 days ago, she was, there holding two of them, crying together and loving them, and she's really been able to turn a test in her life to a testimony to support so many girls who have been in really, really hard situations, and it's fun that we get to do that together.
That's true. I think, it was obviously a very tough situation in my life, but I think God can use a trial in your life and turn it into a triumph for His glory, and that I never want to victimize myself, but that incident really served as a catalyst to me learning about something that I genuinely did not know existed in the day and age that we live in. And to know that an estimated 40.3 million people are trapped in human trafficking around the world is staggering. And
that's crazy.
It is crazy. It is crazy. And as countries, as communities, we need to be able to do better. And so that has just served as a catalyst for me, really, I think, finding one of my biggest life's callings.
Well done to you.
So
Great work.
grateful for that, and just so honored to be able to do that alongside my husband. On the surface level, I mean, you can tell we have basically nothing in common. So
It's true. People say
really
that.
is true.
People ask us all the time. They'll say, so when y'all started dating, what all did you have in common? And I'm like, nothing.
Really nothing. On the surface level, nothing.
I almost never watched pageants. She knew nothing about American sports. Her favorite songs weren't mine. She's never seen any of my favorite movies. I've never seen hers.
I say banana.
None
He
of
says
it.
banana.
Yeah, but I say, we don't really have a lot in common, but we have a lot in purpose.
Yeah.
And our favorite things are to fight for people that can't fight for themselves, to help those that are in this horrible world of human trafficking, to love the special needs, to be able to support those that have been looked past. You should have seen her yesterday in Joburg with the Promise House that we just opened for young babies who have been abandoned. And she's just holding all of these babies, and it's like, I better be careful when we say we gotta go, because she's like, no, they're all coming with me.
This is Angelina Jolie, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Yeah.
You could play Tomb Raider.
Favorite movie?
Listen, we've got so much love for you guys on the WhatsApp telephone here. I need you guys to hear this.
I just love that they just sound like such a real couple despite the many accolades, man. It's like proper love. Beautiful story.
Just to say thank you that despite all of your fame, that you have kept it real, that you come across as just number one good humans. And thank you for sharing your story, and thank you for giving people hope that dreams can come true. Great job, guys. Thanks for keeping it real. We really appreciate it, and it's humbling to hear people talk about real world things.
Tim Tebow really got a great girl there. When Demi was a young girl living in Sedgefield, I had the opportunity and the privilege to be her drama teacher for a couple of years. She was about 11 or 12. I moved my class to Knysna, so her mom said it's fine that I can pick her up. I was traveling from George. I picked her up in Sedgefield, and then we would go to Knysna for the class. And even then, so I spent time in the car, and just hearing her heart as a young girl, I realized, sure, this girl is so special. There's something extraordinary inside her. So he really got a great one, and hearing him on the radio, she got a great one. What a lovely couple.
I've also taught Tim
Shame, man.
He's like, why is it a shame?
I know. She started saying, I was like, what's wrong?
Shame, that puppy is so cute. Why is it a shame?
Are you saying, is it yet?
No,
I don't know. She doesn't say that a lot,
I don't
though.
say it a lot. I don't. When I'm around South Africans, it,
is it?
it
Yeah.
comes out. Yeah.
So,
But, yeah.
look, just before we let you go, the event tonight, incredible event. Tell us more about it, where it's going to be.
Yeah. So it's hosted by Bay City Church in Muizenberg. And like we said earlier, it's a worldwide prom for people with special needs. And we roll out the red carpet. And with COVID, things have to look a little bit different. So instead of having, walk on the red carpet, we're doing a shine through. So basically in the form of a drive through, but still on the red carpet.
Still like a parade, red carpets, crowning kings and queens, celebrating them. Because I just... one of the biggest reasons why we wanted to start this, my heart really got impacted when I was in the jungles of the Philippines and I met a boy who was born with his feet on backwards, and because of that, they viewed him as cursed, as less than and insignificant, and he was a throwaway. Yeah. And I don't believe that anybody's a throwaway, and I believe that God loves every single person. I believe we're all image bearers, and we got to fight so that everybody knows that. And so this is really a night all around the world where we want to celebrate people, and why red carpet is so important, because it signifies VIP, very important. I believe every life is very important, and we have to do a better job of celebrating everybody from every country, from every background, from every culture, from every color, because every single person is created in the image of God, and we got to celebrate them that way.
Yeah.
Sure. You guys are hell of inspiring. You know that. You really are. And you know, I must say something about you, Demi. The first time I met you was before you were Miss South Africa.
Yes.
I met you at the Maslow Hotel.
Yes. That's in Johannesburg.
With all the other contestants.
Yes.
And then after Miss South Africa, then after Miss Universe, and now again. And let me tell you, Tim, she has not changed one little bit.
Oh.
She's still that Demi trying to be Miss South Africa.
Yeah. I speak a little bit better English now. So I catch myself, I say plant. Or plant.
Yeah.
Plant.
Grass.
Then I'll say grass.
Yeah, he mocks me all the time.
and Tim, what I can say about you is a die-hard American NFL fan in the United States. American guy, he said to me, oh man, it's so cool you got Tim Tebow on the show. He said, Tim Tebow is the greatest quarterback that never got a fair shot in the NFL. They just didn't know what to do with him because he could throw and he could run. And quarterbacks were only supposed to do one thing there, and the fullback was meant to do the other. He was running in the touchdowns. He didn't need to pass. And your star is huge, man. Your profile is just massive. You guys are great.
Oh, you're so sweet. I have to tell you, Darren, one thing about Tim that I love so much is just how courageous he is. And, like you say, he runs in football, and I still don't understand all of that fully, but he runs to, I don't want to say to trouble, but he runs to urgency. And actually on our honeymoon, we had our first marital fight because...
On your honeymoon?
Yes, on our honeymoon, because we're sitting this restaurant, and the next moment big commotion, and the next moment Tim's gone, and I'm like, where are you going to? What you're just running into trouble. You don't even know what you're running into.
Has he gone out the toilet window? That whole first date Tinder didn't work out the window, the bathroom window.
And you know what? There was a big commotion, and he was able to help and not spare the details. And then we just got back, and the first weekend that we were in our home, moved in together.
Wait, hold on. So did you run on to go and get involved in a fight? Defend someone?
No, I ran to go break it up.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry, that's what I meant.
And then they go, it's Tim Tebow telling us not to fight.
Yeah, stop it, boys. Yeah.
And then the next, the first weekend, we're in our home, we're living together, moved in. We go on a nice romantic walk. We come back and there's just fire trucks, police vehicles, ambulances in our driveway. We're like, oh my word, is our house burning down? What is happening? And actually there was a medical emergency just down the street, but we didn't know that at the time, and they had the wrong address. And so the next moment, once again, off Tim goes, running towards, and I was like, okay, hang on, we need to have a conversation because you keep running towards trouble here, and I am protective of you as your wife, and I know you're trying to help, but this is making me uncomfortable. And so he taught me one of the greatest lessons that I've learned in my life. He's like, if I don't go, I can do nothing to help. And that is just one of the things that I love so much about Tim, is just his ability to see people, to see a need, and to run towards it. Not to hesitate, but to run towards it with urgency, because, you know, we believe that we're not on, Tim always says this so well, we're not on our timeline, but we're on their timeline.
Okay, guys, can we just make a pact here? If the two of you if we ever see the headline with that in the huisgenoot with the heart, and then there's a line through it, and you getting divorced, there is no hope for anybody, because this is the most perfect thing I've ever heard for the past hour in my life, and I thought my marriage to my wife was perfect.
It just won't happen. So,
well, just don't let it happen, because if you two can't work, then there's no hope for anybody. All right, you two are fantastic, and we love you. And
love you
guys are so awesome. Thank you for having us.
Thanks for coming.
Yes, of course.
Come again.
So much fun.
Enjoy your time here.
Thank you.
And your family.
Darren,
Yes.
I just want to say you're also just still the same.
And you know what? Come visit us
Haven't
again.
aged a bit.
And you know what? Come visit us again when you bring your little bundle of joy.
We love you. Thank you, guys.
Talking about.
Y'all are awesome. Thank you.
I hope you are doing the spoiling on Monday, Valentine's
I have
Day,
something
because
up my
Tim has
sleeve.
done a lot.
I have something up my sleeve. He's not allowed to know yet, but I have something up my sleeve.
In fact, Tim has done enough for the rest of his life.
Yes, literally. You're good, babe.
Guys, have a wonderful life.
Thank you, guys.
Have
Thank
a
you
wonderful
so
life.
much.
Safe travels. Congrats on everything that you do.
Liefje ook.
The most fun, laughter, and the most music
to make you feel great.
Wakey, wakey, rise and shine.
Kfm Mornings with Darren, Sherlin and Sibs. Monday to Friday,
6 to 9 a.m.